Hey guys, welcome to Mona Lisa Speaks. I'm your host, William of Renaissance Estate Sale. I wanted to put together a quick little video for you in reference to what's going on in the estate sale industry. I seen so many changes over the past couple of months, and I haven't been able to pinpoint what's going on until recently. I noticed that a lot of estate sale companies are putting on their listings, such as their advertisement, 75% off all items on the property, the estate sale they're conducting, 75% off all items in order to liquidate the contents of the home. That is good if you have an understanding with the owner and the owner just wants to throw the stuff away and just give it away and so on and so forth. The problem with this is that what is the incentive for the collector, the dealers to come out on the first day? Where does it set the standard for the items that you are trying to sell for your client? It doesn't set a standard. You're just running a glorified garage sale. I don't get it. So it hurts everyone else in the industry, such as myself, because I'm witnessing this going on. People coming into my sale and saying, "Oh, are you having 75% off today? Today's the last day." Typically, you do 50% off midday. So from the morning, your regular price, midday, afternoon, you're a half price in order to get rid of the larger items in the home and so on and so forth, and give people a good deal. You want to give your customers a good deal. But if you advertise 75% off on the second day, I am not showing up on the first day. Why would I? I'll show up on the second day and get the items at 75% off. So that rips into people like myself who don't do. I honestly don't do 50% off. I don't. I just don't. I rather not sell the item. I want to give people a good deal, but you essentially are at the helm like a ship. And if you start liquidating everything in someone's house at 50, 75% off, you devalue the item just like larger auction houses do. I won't mention no names, but I think we all know who I'm talking about, who flood the market with all of these items, and there's no value to them anymore, right? So it is important that if you own an estate sale company, keep your priorities and your integrity in order. Um, don't let go of an item just because you want to sell it, or just because you want to get rid of it. You're essentially hurting yourself in this business. Um, and it's tough. I don't even know where to go with this. But when I start witnessing, um, you know, customers, I should say, customers and dealers who frequent my estate sale asking me if I'm having 75% off. And then I'm noticing on the advertisement, such as estatesales.net, I mentioned them, not for anything bad. They're a wonderful company, but that's just where most people in this industry, list their sales. And a lot of times you go on there, as I have over the weekend, and witness many companies on there offering on the second day items at 75% off. So I have no incentive. There's no incentive at all for me to show up on the first day. I spoke to many customers of mine and dealers who said, I take a chance and wait till the second day. Why go there and pay pay $500 for something when I could get it for for $75 or $25 the second day, and the item is still sitting there. Of course, a lot of items going to be sitting there because people are all are in this mindset that will now, you know, overthrow the estate sale industry by waiting the second day. And so you're essentially killing yourself. You won't find it at Renaissance. Renaissance is, I rather not sell it than to give my clients items, possessions away. I would give my dealers, my collectors, my resellers an excellent deal. I always do. They always walk away happy. But don't expect 75% off at Renaissance estate sale. It's never going to happen. And I say it's never going to happen because it's never going to happen. With that being said, it's been wonderful. Things has been going really well, and so many things in the works. And I just want to bring something that I've talked about a lot in the sense of, items we come across in estate sales, and things that we help client out with and make them aware of the items that they have. And so I have a little something that I want to share with you, which is this beautiful little Campbell soup cup here, right? Beautiful cup, 1968, I believe the cup is. And I picked this cup up at an estate sale that I visited. I thought it was nice. I knew it was vintage by the way it looked. And, there's difference in the writing of, tomato and soup. And so I looked at it. But what was important about this cup? I mean, you see them all the time. I see them in clients' homes. I see them in other estate sales, when I visit and so on and so forth. But this particular cup is important. Why? Because there's a famous person attached to the Campbell soup image. And I think that if you are an art collector or know anything of, know anything of art, this particular image is very important, right? Not just because of Campbell soup. I grew up on Campbell soup, and I love tomato soup. But I saw this cup sitting on the shelf, and I think it had 75 cents. I think I paid 75 cents for it, right? Which was nothing. If I was selling it, I'd be asking $5 only because of it's vintage. And someone's going to buy it and resell it on one of these sites. I don't even want to name any other sites, right? But what's important about this particular cup, and I didn't notice it until I paid the $2. Now, again, as I always stress, it is not my job to tell another estate sale company what they have. For me, it's a conflict of interest to buy anything from a client, but I do visit other people's estate sales because I want to see how they're running their business, and if there's any improvements that I could do in my business. And believe me, there's nothing out there that anybody's doing that I haven't already done. But hey, 75 cents for this cup. It wasn't until I was walking out the door that I really looked at the cup and realized that this cup right here, I don't know if you can see it. I'll bring it a little closer. I hope that you can see it. If I held it right there, you can see that there's a signature on it. That signature has been verified to be the one and only Andy Warhol. So where does this put this cup, right? I had it looked at. I had an appraisal done on it. I had it authenticated. It is Andy Warhol's signature, and not bad for $2. So the importance of hiring the right estate sale company to go through your home or your parents, your grandparents' home, or whatever the case is, and find these little treasures, right? Because this little cup that I bought for 75 cents is in the thousands easily. And so do I take it back and say, hey, you sold me a cup for 75 cents? No, it's a lesson learned. Sometimes I believe that I'm at the right place at the right time, putting things in history back in place. And so with that being said, this cup is going nowhere. It's not going to be sold. It's a piece of my collection. It will sit there. Maybe I'll have coffee in it and reflect on, maybe Andy had coffee in it, or a friend of his, and or maybe they had Campbell's soup in it, or tomato soup, or whatever. But anyhow, so the importance of this video today was simply to talk about this 75% off on the second day on estate sales. If you're doing it, be careful what you're doing. And I say this with all due respect, is you're going to kill yourself in the industry only because your dealers, your collectors, your buyers are not going to show up until the second day. So refrain from doing those things if you want to save your business. I can tell you right now, at Renaissance Estate Sale, you're not going to get 75% off. I rather leave the item there and let the owners deal with it afterwards. And yeah, so reevaluate what you're doing. I'm telling you, for the good of your own business, and for the business, for the good of other people who aren't doing it. But the customers, in this business, the same customers and dealers run around from estate sale to estate sale to estate sale, and they're expecting it. Okay, so you're setting a precedent for people to be asking, inquiring, or saying, why aren't you doing it? Okay, it's not a glorified garage sale. These are valuables. These are people's lives. These are things that they collected all their lives, and I'm not here to give it away. Okay, with that being said, I thank you for watching. Mona Lisa Speaks.